I'm a little behind on posting a review video, but I wanted to wait until I sunk a good amount of time into the actual game and not the beta. It just didn't seem right to fully review the game before it was even released. And I'm glad that I waited because there are some things that I really did not like about the game at first, but the more I played it, the more I warmed up to those things and actually started to enjoy them. All of which I'll be going over in this video. This isn't going to be a proper review video because I haven't beat the main story and there's still so much for me to uncover and experience, so this is more of my impression of the game so far after playing the beta every time it was live and now playing the game every day since it's been released. But overall, I have an unpopular opinion about Fallout 76. If you search Fallout 76 review on YouTube, most of what you'll find is people shitting all over it. And I like it. I don't get it. I like the game. I mean, if you go into it with certain expectations or thinking that it's going to be Fallout 5, then yeah, sure, you won't like this game, but it's not meant to be Fallout 5. In a very broad scope, it's Fallout 4 online with a new location and a new story. The mechanics are the same, the graphics are the same, the quests are similar, there's just actual people running around now. And that's not to say that there's nothing new or exciting about 76 if you've played Fallout 4. This whole world is packed full of excitement and personality. And the most common remarks I see about 76 is that it's empty, it's dull, the quests aren't exciting, and I've experienced the exact opposite of that. First off, it's beautiful. No matter where you are, what time of day, what the weather is, the landscape is beautiful. And it's not just all autumn trees, by the way. The map is pretty diverse. One part would be autumn trees, another part the sky is full of ash, another is a completely dead wasteland, and there's even a part that makes it look like you're on another planet. And each one of these locations immerses you into the environment. And you know, for the most part, the quests have been a lot of fun. Of course, there are some that are tedious or kind of boring, which happens with any game, but the majority of the quests have been really intriguing. The fact that there are no human NPCs makes a lot of these quests feel like an investigation. You know, you're figuring out what happened or where something really important is or how to get into a certain place or whatever. All of this is normal Fallout lore, we just don't have human NPCs alive talking to us directly. And I keep saying human NPCs because there are NPCs in this game. There are a lot of NPCs in this game. On top of the very many holotapes, terminals, diaries, and notes that you find, 76 is packed full of lore. It's the opposite of being empty. There is so much stuff that it's hard to find the time to read or listen to all of it. But let's talk about the online aspect. I am very much a solo player. Even when I play games like Destiny, I don't like syncing up with random people and just start playing with them or hearing them in my game. I'm either playing with my buddies or more than likely by myself. The majority of my time in Fallout 76 has been solo. And other than the start of the game, when everyone's following the same 2 or 3 quests out of the vault, I can tell you of only 3 times that I remember randomly running into somebody. That's it. There were 3 times where I was out by myself questing or scavenging, and suddenly another player was there. And I will say this, each time it was well received because I was either fighting really high enemies that I couldn't take by myself, or the one time when someone just ran up to me and dropped a bag full of stim packs and food, gave me a thumbs up, and then ran off. Now, I know that other people have had negative experiences, and even though I haven't had one yet, the possibility is still there because it's an online game. I'm sure it's going to happen at some point, but so far I've spent days playing this game and haven't had a single bad experience with a random player. And I absolutely love being able to sync up with my friends. We've had a ton of great experiences so far. And real quick, photo mode is one of the best features. I have so many ridiculous photos that I either took by myself or with the group, and having those photos show up during load screens was genius. I look forward to load screens now because it's always some random photo that reminds me of a funny thing that happened or like a cool place that I found. And while I'm at it, being able to trade and sell goods to people is another thing that I really enjoy. In my Discord server, I set up a channel called the Trading Post where people can ask to sell or buy things or just give away stuff for free if they don't need it. And that alone has been great. Like the whole online aspect of this game to me has been more collaborative and teamwork based as opposed to trolling and I'm going to wreck your shit. And I know I'm going to experience that at some point, but right now it's been really good. Now, I'm not trying to be the Bethesda poster boy here. There are some downsides and flaws of 76. For me, a lot of them have to do with Camp's building system and crafting armor and weapons. So if you were really into settlement building in Fallout 4, you used mods and you built some amazing structures, then the camp's base building is going to suck. It just sucks in comparison. It's very limited and finicky, and you really have to work to find plans just to have shit to build. And same thing goes for modding your armor or weapons. You have to find plans to be able to do anything, and from what I can tell, there's no set path to finding them. You just play the game and pray to Todd that you find the plans that you want. There are some quests that always give you some sort of plans, like if you claim a workshop, you'll be rewarded with a random set of plans, and there are vendors where you can go and buy some from, but still, it's random and there are no guarantees. Now, when I first played the game and started building, I really hated that the majority of items weren't unlocked. I couldn't even build a couch, and I still can't build a rug because I haven't found the plans for it. But, you know, it kind of adds excitement to the game, honestly. Like, when I finally find the plans that I want, it's very exciting and rewarding. You know, it gives me something to shoot for and work towards. Like, I'm gonna lose my shit whenever I finally find the plans to build rugs. It's kind of like, without suffering, there would be no compassion, so I'm imagining if we had access to everything right off the bat, it wouldn't be rewarding at all. So, I don't know, I can see both sides of it, is all I'm saying. But still, let me build a rug, okay? Just one rug. Now, there are other things, like building up a camp, and if someone builds in the same spot and you happen to be loaded into the same server as them, then your camp might get packaged up as a blueprint, and you have to build it somewhere else. And more than likely, you won't be able to place that blueprint down because of how finicky the building system is. So essentially, you will have to start over. There are a lot of things like that about this game, and not just with the workshop. There are plenty of little minute things that can make it annoying, and of course there are glitches and bugs because it's a Bethesda game. What do we expect? And you know, I could dig into all of those things and bitch about them, but overall, it doesn't ruin the gameplay for me. Like, if a quest bugs out and I can't complete it, sure, it's annoying, but I'll just immediately go do something else. And it wasn't wasted time because I probably found some good loot and got some XP. There's always something to do or something to discover, and that's why I think it's a great game. I highly enjoy playing it and can't get enough. Now, obviously, these are all my opinions. I'm not shitting on anyone who doesn't like the game. It's all about playstyle and what you want out of a game. And if 76 isn't for you, then I respect that. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. So let me know in the comments, and I hope to see a lot of you out there in the wasteland.